San Diego Comic-Con 2025, the most anticipated event of the year, has officially made the Outlander fan community explode with emotions with shocking revelations related to Season 8 of the series. In the vibrant atmosphere of the special panel, when Sam Heughan, Jamie Fraser, Katrina Balfe, Claire Fraser, Sophie Skelton, Brianna, and Richard Rankin, Roger, stepped onto the stage, thousands of cheers rang out like thunder. But no one expected that they were about to hear an announcement that could completely change the future of Outlander. Started with smiles, and ended with shock. At first, the panel had a light, happy atmosphere. The actors excitedly shared behind-the-scenes footage of filming Season 8, the part promoted as Jamie and Claire's last trip. Sam recounted the adventurous scenes in the cold Scottish mountains, while Katrina spoke emotionally about the very personal moments in the finale, leaving the room momentarily silent. "We cried a lot," Katrina said. "Not just because of the content of the film, but because we felt like we were saying goodbye to a big chapter of our lives." However, when the moderator asked vaguely if Part 8 was really the finale, both Sam and Katrina looked at each other meaningfully. Sam smiled half-heartedly, then Katrina nodded slightly as if to say go ahead. And then Sam said something that left the room breathless. "We've finished filming Part 8. But maybe, it's not the end." The signal from the crew. Not the end, but a new beginning? After that bombshell, the actors began to reveal that Season 8 of Outlander will end on an open note. Sophie Skelton shared, "This is an emotional season. But what's special is that it leaves a door open, not just for Jamie and Claire, but for Brianna, Roger and someone else." The word, someone else, caused a stir online. Is it a new character? Or a resurrection from the past? Sam Heughan did not answer directly, only saying, "The audience will have to watch until the final episode." But remember, every ending can be a beginning. Fans rushed to find clues in the latest trailer. Immediately after the conference, the producers released a special teaser for Outlander Season 8. The opening image is Jamie and Claire holding hands and looking at the horizon in the red sunset, seemingly a farewell. But the finale was a wild card. A mysterious hooded figure appeared in the middle of a rainy night, staring straight into the camera with strange gray eyes. The final line was, "Time has never been an enemy. It's an opportunity." Fans immediately speculated that it could be a future Jamie? Or a lost child of Jamie and Claire? Or, shockingly, a version of Claire from an alternate timeline? Katrina and Sam, the one who revealed the least is the one who knows the most. An interesting detail from the panel was when both Katrina and Sam repeatedly dodged questions about the sequel to Season 8. One reporter asked, "Will we see Jamie and Claire in a spin-off or a movie?" Katrina smiled and replied, "I think you should keep your hearts open. There are things that are not in Season 8, but they will still be told." Sam's only cryptic line is, "Don't believe everything you see until the last episode." What's really happening with Season 8? Is there a bigger plan brewing? While there's no official confirmation, Outlander watchers agree that Season 8 isn't the end of the story. Industry insiders have leaked that Starz is experimenting with a continuation model after the finale, which could include a spin-off series, a movie, or even a modern reboot. An insider revealed, Katrina and Sam are very interested in continuing the story, but in a different, more mature, deeper way. They don't want to do a regular Season 9, but a whole new chapter. Conclusion. From farewell to promise? SDCC 2025 was not only a farewell to a TV legend, but also a place to give hope for the future. Outlander fans may have to say goodbye to Jamie and Claire as we know them, but that doesn't mean it's forever. Sam Heughan closed the panel with a line that brought thousands to tears. "We've been with you for a decade. And if we're lucky, there may be a long way to go." Is Outlander Season 8 really the end? Or just an ellipsis on an unfinished story? Fans are waiting for the answer, with hearts pounding as hard as the day they first met Jamie and Claire. There was silence for a few seconds after Richard Rankin finished his vague statement about the ending being, not for the faint of heart. But then the applause broke out again, not because everyone understood, but because they clearly sensed that something big was about to happen in Season 8 of Outlander. Katrina Balfe, the always calm and sharp actress, suddenly took the microphone. She glanced briefly at Sam Heughan as if asking permission before speaking. "We know you've all been on a long journey with Jamie and Claire. But in this finale we want to take you even further, emotionally, spatially, temporally." The room began to murmur. Spatially and temporally. What does that mean? Sophie Skelton quickly added. Part of Season 8 won't be set in Scotland. It won't be set entirely in America. We're exploring new territory, both in terms of historical context and character psychology. It's a very different season. Sam Heughan smiled knowingly and said, "Claire and Jamie have been through so many battles, both external and internal. But what if this time they're not just fighting for each other, but also choosing between love and destiny?" An "oh" echoed through the room. The question left many confused, but also unable to take their eyes off the stage. A journalist from Entertainment Weekly asked loudly, "So, should we expect a breakup?" Katrina tilted her head slightly. "I can't answer that directly. But I can say this. Love doesn't always mean being together. Sometimes, love is about sacrifice." Sam Heughan nodded in agreement. Jamie Fraser has always been a symbol of loyalty. But in this season, Jamie is faced with an irreversible choice. A choice that even when I read the script, I had to stop and think about it for a long time. Fans couldn't keep calm. The hashtag Outlander Season 8 started trending on Twitter immediately. But the biggest shock was yet to come. Suddenly, the big screen behind the stage lit up. An exclusive teaser was shown, just for SDCC. In the 45-second teaser, viewers saw Jamie standing on a cliff, sword in hand, his face covered in blood and tears. Claire lying unconscious in an unfamiliar room, surrounded by modern medical equipment. Brianna and Roger are faced with a time portal, opening not to the past, but to the future. A mysterious figure, never seen before, stands with his back to the camera, saying, "Every choice has a price. And this time, time will not forgive anyone." The teaser ends with the words, "Outlander. The final journey, coming early 2026. The audience explodes with excitement. Once again, Outlander makes viewers question all assumptions. The use of time travel is no longer limited to the past, but opens up a completely new direction. Can Claire, who has traveled from the 20th century to the 18th century, go back even further into her own time? Or a future that has never been revealed? Katrina Balfe whispers as the microphone is turned back on. This is not just the end. This is the final epic chapter, where all the mysteries will be solved. Sam Heughan takes her hand. They looked at each other, without words. Fans understood how strong the bond between the two actors was. And it was they, Jamie and Claire, who would take us to the final climax of their journey through time and destiny. The panel ended in joy and amazement. But one thing was clear. Outlander Season 8 was not just an ending. It was a final answer to all the questions that fans had been yearning to know for the past decade. And who knows, perhaps, after that final chapter, the time portal will open once again.